Hey guys, welcome. This is our last Thursday class of the month. This is the intermediate Viennese waltz. We're only going to be doing one pattern today, but it is the pattern of the entire month. And what I mean by that is Viennese waltz is based on traveling and going around the room. And if you'll notice that all this month we really haven't done a lot of that. And part of the reason that we've avoided that, if you will, it's very scary and confronting for beginners to do Viennese waltz where there's a sense of I gotta hurry up and run around the room. And it's very difficult to do. So I've saved actually step number one, if you can believe it or not, in Viennese waltz, the basic, for the last thing this month because it does present some challenges. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing a little bit different today, and I'm hoping that all of you, not just Lorene, and thank you Lorene for all the feedback, and Kwam too, but all of you, if you can give me some feedback on how you like the way we present the material today. So normally what we've been doing is bringing Na out, we dance through it, Na goes away, I break it down for you, man's and ladies part, maybe we dance it again, maybe we don't, right? But what we're going to be doing today throughout the classes at all the levels is Na is actually going to be here and we're going to be demonstrating them together and breaking down the parts while we're doing it together. So I'd like to see if this works better for you, if it really helps you understand the material better, if it gives you a better sense of, what you're doing with a partner, or if it totally confuses you. All right, so the Viennese cross turn is just like a box step in waltz, kind of, except for one small change, right? So we're just going to do a basic box step, right? And that goes walk side together, walk side together. Right, that's our basic box. But if you remember when you were a beginner, I said, the more we start to turn that puppy, well, the more it progresses, but also the more difficult it is to stay with a partner. Now, if Na and I try and do a Viennese turn, which is supposed to go one complete revolution, and Na tries to just do the same rules that she would for a basic bronze step, what would happen is this. Na's going to go walk side together, and we've already disconnected, right? So that becomes an issue. So what happens in the Viennese turn, and this is all about when you're going forward, you're going to do this. Now, I did not just flip you off if your camera's not that big or your TV's not that big. I crossed my fingers. So what's going to happen is on count 3, instead of closing our feet on the forward half, we're turning to get that half a turn. That will cause our feet, because of our rotation, to cross. So Na and I are going to dance this, right? So all we're worried about right now, Na and I, is in the conversation we're having, when we go forward, we're going to cross on count number 3, right? So we're going 1, 2, I cross because I'm going forward. Now Na is going to cross because she's going forward. I'm so on and so on, and now we're getting close to the camera there and you probably can't see our feet. So we'll do a set going away from you, just slow, but so you can see the guy going forward is crossing in front. So we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's the first key thing. Right now, rise and fall in Viennese waltz is not nearly as much as regular waltz. So this is part of why that crossing action happens, because if we were to get really high on our toes, right, we're going to ask Na to come forward and go really high on her tippy toes like a regular waltz, right? Only she's going to attempt to cross in front. But when she gets really high on her toes, as she turns, that swings her leg around behind. Oh, I tell you, if there's one thing that could go wrong in Viennese waltz, is getting that leg crossed in the wrong position, right? So you'll notice that on count 2, Na's still up on her toes, right? So that foot's all stretched out, and Na's going to her toe, regular side step in waltz, right? But what's going to happen is Na's right side, the one that's up, is going to stay up. But her left side, the one that's down, is going to stay down, right? And that will allow her to cross. Okay? So we'll do that whole forward side cross thing. And by the way, we're talking about Na. This is both people's part. Okay? Man's and ladies, they're identical. except for what hold we have, they're identical. The technique, the movement, the action's identical, right? So we happen to be doing it, demonstrating it with na, but it's for both parts. So you're stepping forward with your left foot, you're going forward, you're going up to the toe nice and wide, because it has to be a big step. I'm going to make na take a much bigger step. And then this side stays down low, which allows me to bring it in and cross. Okay? And the reason why I'm kicking na's foot out is because we got 3 steps of movement that we have to accomplish, and we're going fast, so that is going to be a big size step. Now we're demonstrating it, and I get that na's kind of keeping it small, but I want you to get that when we go full size, this sucker really moves, right? And you'll notice that as Na did that, her left side, right, the step that's going to cross, right, left side, that side stayed low, so she could draw that foot in instead of getting up here and starting to spin and lose control. All right, so that's the forward half, right, the left foot going forward. Now, super important thing about when you're going backward in Viennese waltz, you're going to, so Na, we were talking about this before we started filming, when we do regular waltz, are our steps the same size?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the same size, right? Big, 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 right? Well, the problem in Viennese waltz is if Na takes all of her steps really big, when she's going backward, watch what can't happen, right? So Na's going to do it like it's a regular waltz, and the step 1 and step 2 are going to be very big. Well, the problem is I can't get around Na to get that half a turn, because I started over there, so I should get that half a turn. So when we do Viennese waltz, step 1 is going to be big, step 2 and 3 are going to be maybe a foot, maybe 18 inches at the most. That's nowhere near as big as a 3, 4, 5, 6 foot step that we might normally take. So Na's going to take a really big step on 1, a really small step on 2, which is what allows me to get over here, so I can now rotate and cross my foot in front. And then, for me, it's exactly the same thing, right? So Na's stepping forward with her left, I'm going back, big step, small step, so Na can get into that cross position, okay? So we're going to do a couple of these across the screen here so you can see them, right? These are the Viennese waltz left turn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully all of that stayed on the screen for you, okay? But that was it. That is all there is to it. Now, having said that's all there is to it, right? There's way more to it than that, because we're going 10,000 miles an hour, but sometimes simple doesn't mean easy, and sometimes easy doesn't mean simple. I hope you guys have enjoyed this month. I encourage you to register and join us for the month of May. We really would love to have you with us. Thank you very much, you guys.